Thank you, Mayor. And thank you all for coming out in support of the Goldmans, the grandparents, David and Sean. They deserve and need our support. This has been a tough, long haul, and we have to stick with them. We hope we see the end coming where Sean will be returned to his father back home here in the United States, but we have to stick with them all the way. When Chris Smith and I met with the ambassador from Brazil and members of parliament a couple of weeks ago, once again, as have our ambassador, our Secretary of State, even our president, we impressed on them that the judicial system in Brazil may not be used, must not be used to deter justice, to delay justice, that there is an international agreement that Brazil and the United States are signatories to, that they must abide by. And we're putting pressure on in every way we can on Brazil to do that. There will be an oversight hearing in the Foreign Affairs Committee in Congress in a couple of weeks. David Goldman and the case of Sean will be front and center in that hearing, and we will be talking about the thousands of other parentally kidnapped children around the world, many dozens of which are in Brazil. We have legislation that will put the pressure on the kidnappers. It would authorize the Secretary of State to seize the assets of the kidnappers and to identify assets all around the world of the kidnappers, and would deny the visas to the kidnappers, so we wouldn't have the situation such as the man who is holding Sean when he came to the United States and flagrantly, publicly boasted about holding the child. Intolerable. Should not have been allowed to do that. And so this would prevent that. But meanwhile, we have to help the Goldmans. This has been psychologically, yes, and financially very difficult for them. And the sooner we can bring it to a conclusion, the better. But in the meantime, all of us need to stand with them. And then, when Sean is home, we must not forget those thousands of other families that are being ripped apart. I mean, those of us who are parents and grandparents know what it is to love a child, but few of us can imagine what it would be like to have someone we love and trust to kidnap one of those children. It is hard to imagine, and it's happening daily. We have to stand with those people and make sure that the International Hague Agreement isn't just a piece of paper. We got to make sure that all nations in the world abide by these standards, and that Brazil, for starters, abides by it by returning Sean to his father, to the United States immediately. The author of the resolution that has passed in the House of Representatives with regard to this case and the many other cases, the author of the legislation that would create an ambassadorial level position in the State Department to deal with issues of children, a very good idea. Someone that many of you know that has been representing the people of New Jersey now for nearly 3 decades, providing terrific service to the people of New Jersey, Chris Smith.